Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Renowned Explorers More to Explore. It's time to go get that Globus Cruciger. No, actually I don't want that. I really hope we get the Carved Ace instead. It's time to go to Transylvania, in any case. Alright, we have 3 whole resolve to work with. It's going to be a little bit rough. We have pretty good defensive stats now, though, and we do have... Whoa, camera. I was trying to see if it did indeed put me down in a place where all of the paths are 2 cost, and it did! It did, what a good start. No, I need my boots, actually. Victor, it's time to murder these gentlemen. So, I've left myself with a choice of campfire cards. These guys are only weak to Satin, it looks like. And they don't like it if we get aggressive. Okay. They have high armor, no real weaknesses to speak of. Basically, this whole thing sucks. And Kwame can't get adjacent to them. Alright, what if we go this way first? I'm going to get back to what I was saying about the campfire cards in a moment. Let me just try to figure this out. So if I do that, obviously puts us in a bit of an awkward position. If I lead with the Cone of Shame, as I often like to, we're going to end up devious. Kwame's going to be able to put us into 2 points toward friendly. And then, I mean, I guess Victor can just run over here and hit this guy with an encourage to put us all the way into friendly. That's probably the best thing to do. We definitely want to be friendly for the rest of this battle. So the campfire cards. I've left myself the option of taking the campfire card that increases the campaign payout of insight spending for level 3 tacticians. But I don't know that I can realistically get that working on Kwame. Now, at this point, I think we have 12 insight, and we're going to take home at least 3 more from this expedition. I'd like to believe at least 3 more. So, if we can hook that up, we're talking about 45 extra tokens. Which is significant. That's like half an expedition's worth of tokens. So, it behooves me to try. We could get a couple of points of Tactician by buying gear, putting it on Kwame, having us do the insight spend, and then just giving the gear to Victor where it obviously should live. And that's not a terrible solution. I think I am in a... man, I'm pretty torn here. I kind of want to cheer Victor, right? Like, he's in a bit of a spot. Does it have to be cheer? Can I just... No, I can. Yeah, I can just... I can just use Excite, because Kwame's stats are bananas right now. Alright, so let's do this, despite the fact that it powers up that guy. Take 1 enemy off the table. Charles will just go toe-to-toe with this guy standing on the healing space. Yeah, so if I can reasonably get a point of Tactician for Kwame from a specialist, then I can buy a couple pieces of Tactician gear with the intent of leaving them on Victor, but give them to Kwame temporarily. He's starting to take kind of a lot of damage. We gotta get some of these enemies out of here. Alright, what is... It's not a bad heal. Alright, can you get rid of this guy yet? No, still no. Well, fortunately, Charles can stand here and duel with this idiot forever. Alright, I guess Kwame drops this guy and then gets healed. Unfortunately, the heal is going to take him out of out of excited mode. Yeah, I keep interrupting myself because I keep having stuff to say about the battles. And the whole thing I was thinking about this, while I was loading up the video here. I was like, you know, I should really try to focus on more long-term stuff, because I don't really have a lot of new stuff to say during the fights. You guys have seen me fight every encounter in the game a bunch of times, and the strategy's not that complicated, really. And then I do exactly the opposite immediately. Anyway, I think that it's worth a little bit of cost to ensure that we get those tokens, especially considering that the tokens have a significant gold value. 45 additional campaign tokens is actually going to be quite a bit of extra gold. It might pay for the trinkets, even if they were things I wasn't going to buy before. We'll have to see how much gold I end up getting out of my campaigns, but I suspect that it's going to end up being worthwhile. Alright, villagers don't even want my boots. Let's have a look around here. We gotta find some battles. Obviously, we want to... oh no, lightning is striking. Minus speech defense sucks. So Kwame's max level. Victor's getting close to having inspiring attack. Charles is getting close to not really having anything new of value. So there's only a 10% difference here. Kwame's speech defense isn't that high, and his spirit is sort of low. Yeah, he only has 56 spirit at level 5. He has all that grit. I'm gonna go for Kwame for the tokens. Yeah, fair enough. It hurts. I'm not gonna lie. Alright. It would be cool to approach this node from this side. Victor, please tell me about your military past. And then he tells a sad story. And then 5 armor and 10% speech power. Nice. Okay. The tree. So the tree has a pretty good treasure available. Man. -2 supplies. A bag of supplies has become stuck in the mud. I don't really want to tool this. I'm not going to tool this. I want to, yeah, good. I want to save my tool for dealing with the tree. There's a way to bypass the check if you encounter some village or some cultists. Wow, we're having some terrible time here. Rogue seems to be really important, and we're not we are not packing any levels of rogue. So I could tool this. 57. Yeah, you know what? We'll figure out this tree thing. I have faith in me. There's an encounter where you can find some cultists, buy a bunch of cut down trees. Oh, that's perfect. Because Kwame is such a great diplomat, you get supplies and campaign. Alright. So, here's the idea. This is probably worthwhile. And if I'm going to do it, obviously I have to take it now because we're going to spend our insight after this. This is probably worth taking. If I don't take this up, I'm being a little silly. I'm like, oh man, is this worth it? But we have to compare it to the other options, right? If I don't take this, I miss out on 8 campaign tokens. That's not even really... That's not so much that... Losing 8 campaign tokens is not such a big deal that it's even worth all of the consideration I'm giving it, honestly. Okay, well... Yep, obviously we want to hit Lady Viduva up for status. Man, it is so awkward to get around. Okay. Well, I would really like to find the the cultist clear cutters node. That would be, by far, the best way of doing this. I don't have my tool anymore. Is this it? It's got the something odd here. Yep, here it is. Okay, so we make these guys spill their secrets. They tell us how to find the tree. We get to skip the check at the beginning, and then we get to just take the bark face, which is a great trinket. It's a great treasure, rather. It's a great, the thing that it actually is. So you have 36 attack. Alright, if we're gonna open with an attack to take advantage of their mood, it really should be Victor. None of us have great attack. It's all this diplomacy, man. Oh, there's more. Wow, there's quite a lot of guys in this encounter. Wait. Kwame can never get adjacent to people. So what are you weak against? Okay. The cultists are mostly weak against Terrify, which bodes very well for Charles. This guy is only weak against Impress. Man. I can probably bring him down with Kwame's Enrage, right? Yeah, that'll do. We have to hope these cultists in the brown robes don't gang up too much. Although they really don't do very good damage, it seems like. If we can get them all to clump up, we can maybe execute a really excellent peace treaty. Well, it looks like maybe that's not going to happen. Well, I could get 2 of them. It's disappointing. Alright, now we don't actually want to go friendly here. I'm just kind of racking up points. We want to seg into Devious, and then from Devious to friendly toward the end of the battle. We don't want to spend a lot of time friendly. Okay. Alright, can I have my control back? And felt it was very important that I see all those animations. Alright, well, I'm not concerned about us losing Resolve anymore. These guys have proven themselves to be very poor foes indeed. Alright, so unfortunately, not really any more peace treatyable. Do I think... If I went friendly right now, yeah, we'd probably be okay. We'll just spend a turn with a penalty. There's only one enemy left. It's not going to be that big of a deal. And Kwame can probably take him down from that much health in a single hit. Alright, so these guys are going to tell us everything they know about that tree. We're going to go over there and hopefully generate the right bonuses. Unfortunately, be in a little bit rougher of a position on supplies than I would like. Hopefully we can find a bunch of supply nodes on the upper left portion of the map. Okay. They tell you of Cursed Tree, the one that takes its bark gains a big reward from the cult alchemist. They give you a description of how the tree looks, and a secret token, which was nice of them. I think we want to take Diplomat Customs, just keep working the free speech power. And well, there's lots of nodes to get to, man. So we would have to... this is really awkward. Alright, well, we're going to eat some hunger penalties. Okay. So, this is interesting. I obviously don't want to lose a point of supplies. These are fairly big payouts. Let's just play safe. I think if you fail this check, you don't get the treasure. You don't like get another chance. So let's play it safe. Okay, so this is obviously a pretty great payout for us, and we're pretty likely to pass it. But after this comes an engineering check that I'm pretty sure we will not pass. So we're going to go ahead and chop the tree down. Now this comes with some penalties. It's going to cost us extra supplies to go to any node that's in forest for the rest of the expedition. But I'm sure we would probably get this, and I'm almost certain we would fail the engineering check afterward. If I still had my tool... Damn it. Alright. Sweet. Barkface. Oakman Barkface. Yeah, 25% extra renown. Sounds pretty okay. Yeah, so you can see. We're gonna eat some... Eat a little couple of hunger penalties here. Wow, why is everything so difficult? Let's study the scene first, and there's no penalty, so who cares? Okay, we don't get our 50 renown. Too bad. We walk further down the path. Okay, this is a little worse. Am I gonna gamble on a point of resolve? No. Not with only 3 points. Okay, Victor loses speech defense. We gotta obviously make it back to a supply node. Kwame loses speech power, because of course he does. So this path is just as short as any other, and it takes us through an extra node. Gives us a little information that could have been the hidden horde, you know. So we... Yeah, I think we go to this this supply node over here. Trade resolve for supplies. Yeah, I'll do it once. Oh well, I can't do it more than once. And this doesn't connect. Everything doesn't connect everywhere. It's very frustrating. Alright. None of these nodes are actually supply nodes. They're all just trade nodes, man. So we're actually going to have to leave here, like, really early. We got a good treasure. We're explorers. Well, we don't need a secret against the monster, because there is no monster. You can't get... Like most things, like most regions in the game, there's a couple of different epic things that can appear, but you only get one of them at a time. So, the fact that we ran into the tree with the face means that there can't be a zombie or, shoot, I can't remember what the other thing that can spawn here is. Oh, Baba Yaga. Alright, let's go for this. I know I'm being a little bit inconsistent about whether or not it's good to gamble, but we actually really need these guys to hook us up with supplies and stuff, so... Alright, Vic. I think we take... Yeah. I think we take that. We're actually going to need it, probably. Turns out. Obviously, I'd really like to go out this way. We have hardly any tokens. Well, I mean, hardly any is maybe not 100% accurate, but a lot fewer than I would like. And we just can't afford to take a ton of penalties. Alright, let's deal with these guys, I guess. Yeah, there's... So part of the reason that we didn't see really great score while we were trying to get optimal use out of Victor's crew story is that a lot of the value of an expedition is in what you bring with you. That's not to say that the later expeditions don't have valuable stuff in them. It's just that by the time you've stacked up a bunch of perks and hired a bunch of specialists who reward you for stacking up perks, and, you know, by the time you've done all of the stuff that you do while playing this game, you have a lot of... I mean, you've noticed on these checks, the bonus token payouts, which is to say the extra token payouts we're getting from our treasures and our specialists and our abilities and whatnot, are starting to dwarf the actual, like, the payouts that are actually built into the level. So running the Lost Island as a 4th expedition isn't that much better than just running one of the 4th expeditions that's in the game, right? And for that same reason, it kind of sucks to have a run on a late expedition, the 4th expedition, for example, go south, because you're wasting a lot of potential, because you have all these bonuses built up, and like if we had just been able to visit a lot more nodes, we would have gotten a lot more payout, almost regardless of what the nodes themselves pay, just because we have all this stuff built up that we get to take advantage of. So basically, I'm just trying to illuminate why I'm pretty bummed about how this has gone. Actually, can we take you down with this? Alright, good. Because otherwise we weren't going to be able to reach this guy. If I had used Victor to finish him off, Charles wouldn't have been able to get anywhere near our enemy over here. And he is weak against stuff I don't have access to. But I can just do this, apparently. I thought that guy was going to be a lot more intimidating than he actually was. Alright. The crew agrees that one guy must stay on guard. I guess it can be Victor. Kwame's the only one who matters anyway. So we're going to search the office because I know that if you have a level 3 diplomat and you search this office, you get a treasure. Pretty sparkly. It is definitely better for us to take 8 campaign. Hey, we're out of supplies. Did you know? Just like always. Ugh. This feels terrible. We've done nothing here. How many nodes is that? It's not very many. I mean, I guess it feels worse than it is. There hasn't been a lot of engagements or anything, and that contributes to the feeling crappy. I mean, look at this. We have 20 XP to go on 2 of our crew members. Alright, the castle of the noble Dracul family. Here's hoping. I don't actually want the Globus Cruciger. What we're looking for is the icon of Nicomedia. Nicomedia? Nicomedia? I don't know. Oh, that's it. And that right there is precisely the thing I was hoping for. However, Kwame, why don't you leave these explorers and stay behind? Yeah, I don't think that that's going to work there, buddy. Kwame makes it clear that Dracula can go screw. Alright. So we have to be a little bit careful here. We've suffered a lot of penalties. What's the best move? We're definitely doing the standard fallback maneuver. Make them come to us. I'm really not sure how we're going to be doing here, damage output-wise. Charles is the only one who doesn't have a massive speech penalty. So every time he misses his friendly attack, it's gonna feel like being punched in the head, basically. Yeah, it's a real bummer. Fortunately, most of these enemies only have melee range attacks. Wow, he took a lot of damage there. Also, for some reason, the enemy, like, laughter sound is not playing. That's weird. With Kwame's speech all screwed up, he can't just full heal people all the time. Alright, so let's do this. And then... Is there a way to hit all three of them with the cone? What if I move to here? Well, I still think throwing the cone out is worthwhile. Green guy will go down a lot faster this way. Wow, okay. I didn't think he was in range to hit us. Yep, and Shear's on cooldown now. This is pretty bad. Actually, like, game-losingly bad, maybe. Alright, you can do a little something about it. It's gonna put us in the wrong mood. I mean, we pretty much just have to do all of our healing attacks here. Change things up a little bit. The other nice thing about that, obviously, is that it pushes everybody out of impressed and into confident. So does Kwame have any ability to bring this guy down? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, well, let's move Kwame back. We're going to try this. If we rolled very high, we might do enough damage to bring this guy down. We did not roll high enough. That's fine. I did things this way for a reason. Now, Kwame can back clean up here a little bit, as disappointing as that is. I'm hoping that we have the damage to bring the boss down quickly, because we are not going to have a lot of turns here before he starts devouring people. Okay. Yeah, but here come more cultists that we simply do not have time to fight. So you are immune to the impress. This hits fairly hard, though. Man, Victor can't take anybody down. I actually might have to heal Victor. That might be the only real play. Alright, and then once Victor's healed, now he has the, thanks to the Excite, he has the speech power to take care of this. Alright, and we, unfortunately, have to end the battle friendly. Do we have enough damage this turn to get there? Wow, it really doesn't look like it. So this is pretty damaging, and it pushes us up into Devious. Okay, yeah, we've got him. Alright, that got a little scary, and I have to say I'm very disappointed by the overall zone. Like, that really did not go very well. I suppose we were due for a little bad luck. We've been having a lot of good luck so far. Alright, for a moment there, the battle didn't end, and I was like, oh god, it's not going to make me fight his minions while I'm in an inferior mood. Alright. So Kwame got vampired. We got some treasure hunt tokens. I mean, I guess it didn't turn out that poorly, but it's certainly not a record of any kind. Pretty happy that we got this, though. So 12 plus 10, not too shabby. And we definitely have enough research to get where we're going, I think. I said definitely, but I immediately regret doing that. Yeah, okay, we ended up with an alright number of campaign tokens. It just felt short. Alright. 3553. One last expedition. Let's make it count. Obviously, notice how popular I become. Okay, so we send this to Rio. Now we want to hire as many specialists as we can before we spend tokens to get the campaign bonus. So politics and language. Politics would be useful. Yeah, there's no particular reason for me to wait, right? And then he's a level 6 diplomat, so we'll get extra campaign tokens. Even more campaign tokens. And extra status from campaign. Actually, I should do this, too. So I have to do this, and then I actually don't have enough for this, but I will. We really did not get a lot of research. Alright, so plus 15 status from campaign. Seems like a pretty straightforward thing. We are doing double normal renown. And it'll be triple once we're in the actual expedition, thanks to the reporter buff. Okay. We'll come back to that one. Actually, let's talk about this now. So we can't get Kwame to level 6 Beguiler, obviously. If we give him the Bully Simonis thing, and then we buy him the trinkets, I think this is worth doing. Let's have a quick look at... Oh, well, one of the trinkets isn't available to us yet, right? The badge won't be available till we spend a little bit. Which actually complicates matters a fair amount. Because without the badge, we can't easily get Kwame to 3. So I may not be able to get the full value out of that card. Oh, well, formations and offense, we could just do this. I don't know that he needs the badge specifically. We could just buy the tactician's notes and sell them afterward. It's probably okay. So here's what I'm thinking. We need to spend a little bit. We need to do like this. Why is this so many tokens? Oh, because... Well, I feel a little silly. This says Timbuktu. I was just, like, thinking that Timbuktu was the name of the city that you get the letter of recommendation to, and that this would apply to all of the Africa jobs. But no, it's specifically just the one that doesn't normally give campaign tokens. Which means that there's no reason to try to do a thing on Kwame, because we probably want to spend at Zanzibar and Cape Town, and it means that I didn't take Limitless Excitement basically for no reason. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty compelling. 348 to 560. 348 to 560 is a pretty good amount of status. 380 to 610 with 64 to 160 gold. Whereas this is 90 to 193 gold. It's interesting. It's actually kind of tricky. But I guess the point is, that we no longer need to worry about the badge thing. We're just going to have Victor do our spend, and so Kwame doesn't need to try to get to level 3. Lilith likes Victor and is wary of Victor. I guess that's, you know, that's possible. So that means there's no reason for Presidente Bolis Monis to do anything with Kwame. So do I want to pick up a level of Beguiler? Or do I want to pick up a level of Tactician for Victor? And then over here, I have to pick between some things. A level of Survivalist would be okay. Levels of Rogue are more useful. Although I don't know if that's true in the in Shangri-La. Quick Thinker obviously is great. We wouldn't quite be able to get to level 6 though. This is kind of a tough one. So you're at 3, right? I don't think we're going to get him to 6. We can get him to 5. That's probably good enough. And we're not actually going to be able to take a big advantage of Alejandro anyway. So yeah, Guerrilla and Weapons Expert. Let's go for Guerrilla, because I don't think that there's a trinket that gives that. Alright. So obviously the reason we want to hire all of our specialists before doing any spending is that they improve the payout of the token. How are we doing on Survivalist? We have like 1 level here, and that's it. Let's give Kwame tracking, because tracking is going to be most relevant. Oh, at this point I think just plus status. Just basically just plus score. Alright, so we've hired all the specialists we can before our spend, right? Make sure I didn't somehow forget somebody. Okay, we're all good. I like this. This was nice. Is there anything else I need to do before my spend? I'm just trying to make sure that I don't blow it here. No, I think I'm good. So, what do we need to get to, science-wise? We need to get 36 research in order to get this, unlock the last Entourage Hall. Then, for extra value beyond that, I mean, it's just finishing out engineering and taking some extra money, or extra points for money, right? Like, there's no way I get into observations enough. So, what are our possible payouts? I really love the fact that they added the value to the tooltip here. It's really nice. Okay, so we could get up to 613 status, 193 gold by doing this. 670 status, 160. So 670, I've already forgotten how much status this was. Less. And 1 to 10 research, where obviously this one is slightly better on research. I think we should just do this, even though it's a little bit less gold. Yeah, I think we just want to do this. Now, there is an option in the options menu for quick insight spending. I'm not that concerned about it. So actually, hold on. I know for a fact that we need 1100 status to buy out the remaining Entourage shop. So we should hire lobbyists. We're going to make way more than that. We should hire lobbyists before we spend. Increase the value of these tokens as much as possible. Okay. 790, up to 790 status. And out of curiosity, 3553. I want to see exactly how much renown we get from this. So 3553 before spend. I didn't turn on the fast mode for the insight spends because I really like watching all the little tokens. Alright, so we can afford to buy some more lobbyists here. Where do we still have lobbyists available? Never mind, we bought them all out. Well, it would be an okay time to buy students too, I guess, since we are getting those tokens. And the research is not worth nothing. 12%, so it's okay. I was doing this. Trying very hard to get maximum value here. Alright, so this should put us over here. Okay, and at this juncture, we want to buy these guys out quickly. That's not the right one. Here we go. Oh, I guess I didn't factor in this cost, but obviously it's pretty straightforward what we want there. Okay, so Brother Christopher, what do we want from this group? Do we want extra gold from campaign? Do we want extra status from study? We're going to end up with way more campaign than anything else. I think this makes sense. So diplomat negotiations versus athlete tough. We have both of those things. Would it be better to buy one of these other ones for the perk? I think we do want to pick the badge up for Victor, so I don't need to worry about getting to level 5 Tactician. What are we going to do as far as getting the Shambhala keys? Because we have one of them tied up, right? We have this one's tied up. Kwame can handle this. The Cave of the Crane Tactician counts, so Victor should be okay at that. We kind of need athlete slash survivalist slash rogue, right? For Tiger Mountain. It's a shame there's no way to get that. Shoot, man. Well, we could pick up Beguiler Astonishing or Engineer Steam Engines. I guess Engineer Steam Engines is okay. This will give us some extra status, which will be worth a little extra money. It's a shame this worked out so poorly. Alright, Kwame, learn about Steam Engines. And status. Alright, so we need to get a little bit more... One more spend, I think, should... Yeah. This will let us buy out the last specialist. So, athlete stamina plus status from collect is pretty compelling. We also could get rogue sneaking, which also would not be bad. But I think I'm going to give Kwame athlete stamina. Because we are trying to make it so that we can climb Tiger Mountain. Alright, more status. Okay, so now the campaign tokens are buffed up to their maximum value. The only thing left is to spend and buy students, I think. Yep. We don't have to worry about buying the other kinds of helpers, because they don't affect our token values. And this way, we honestly might be able to get up to a an extra research paper, which would actually be pretty cool. Because the research papers we have available to us right now are get sweet free treasure hunt tokens or have 3 supplies, both of which are very compelling. Students are very expensive, though. Right. Hopefully I'm not missing some incredibly obvious thing about the way this should be done. I don't think there's a reason for us to spend right at this moment. Let's see what we end up with first. When I say spend, I'm talking about research now. I should probably clarify, you guys are not inside my head, and you cannot see my train of thought. I assure you, it is a very nice train. It has one of those cool steam whistles. Alright, are there students left anywhere? Bought them all from here, and from here, and from here. Same with lobbyists. There are no lobbyists left, so nothing I can do now will affect the payout of my tokens, so I may as well just spend the rest of them before making any other decisions. We are really gaining quite a lot of renown from Insight. I'm enjoying that. Look at that little number. I like the way it jumps out of the box briefly every time you score. It's a little, like, pulsing forward action. Makes you really feel like you're doing a good job by clicking on that button that makes all of the tokens show up. Look at all that skill. Sadly, it looks like I'm probably not going to get to enough... Actually, wait a second. Am I wrong? 120? Yeah, I totally have enough to finish this. Awesome. So that's a little bit more score. Mostly I'm just concerned about these bottom three. All pretty good. Let us go ahead and wrap spending here. So we don't get anywhere near another one, though. Yeah, I feel okay about the way a lot of this has gone. So, let us... Obviously, journalists are next. Anything that gives bonus bonus status is going to take priority. Am I better off buying traders than merchants? Probably. I'm also probably going to be able to clean this place out. Actually, maybe not. I only have 1220 remaining. I think it's more important to get traders than merchants. We're going to see a lot of encounter tokens. Alright, so they've increased the cost of helpers a couple of times now over the last couple of patches, and it's finally gotten so high that I can't just buy everyone. It's a shame. Alright, first of all, we have to talk about defensive items. Did I end up getting Victor? No, I did not end up getting him a 5th point of that. So I want the downtown shops. We want to upgrade these all the way anyway. And we'll get him this sheriff badge, hook him up with level 5 tactician, and also give him 10 speech defense, which is pretty compelling. Now, I could go spyglass on Charles. I did that before because it was useful to me for him to always be able to hit his excite, or his impress. I think that may still be the move. So at 34.59, obviously we'd like to buy some books. I'm going to buy a Legendary Book of Joy, but we're not going to buy a lot of other 1300s. We do need to buy him some real defensive gear. Let's take that. Let's take care of that first. He wants mementos, but it's not really a big difference. Alright, then we have 1436, which is enough to buy a new book for Charles. I think we're just going to keep Victor on the rapier. It's giving him his 2nd point of diplomat for the campfire card anyway. Yes, this is enough to buy a weapon. Like a really good weapon. Ah, but you know what the trick is? What weapon? We don't actually use, like, horrors is actually the thing that makes the most sense for him, and we don't really use it. Well, maybe I buy him the 400 Book of Horrors? It's a shame that things like the translation guide are worded all exciting abilities, but then this stuff is only specifically the 2 named abilities, Enrage and Try to Enrage. It would be nice if it applied to everything, so that we could buy a Master Book of Rage for Charles, because he spends a lot of his game casting the Cone of Anger. Yeah, it might be Spyglass again, and then a decent book. Well, we don't really need trinkets for anybody else, though. Spyglass would leave me just a little short of being able to buy the highest quality of book for him. Out of curiosity, these are 30 speech power, 15 attack power, plus the bonus to the listed attack. And this is 30 speech power, 15 attack power. Okay, so it's just the same. Without any of the cool stuff at the bottom. Well, I guess we'll buy him a Master Book of Horrors. Yeah, I think that's right. And we'll hook him up with a Spyglass so he's not missing all the time. And that gives us a point of Rogue as well. And then we can trade Kwame's armor out and get a better class of armor. Get the big armor on him. There we go. Those are some defenses. And then we don't actually have any other resources to spend, so that's it. 5649. I gained over 2,000 renown from that insight spend. It's not bad. Alright, we're going to Shangri-La. Revolue has collected the Shangri-La, the Shambhala Key of Privilege. He's trying to get the Jade Orb. We have to stop him. Also, score lots of points. Also, find a Yeti. Come back tomorrow. You'll see all of that, probably. We'll see you then.